to work, to school, you see a piece of trash, especially plastic, pick it up, make sure that it makes its way into the garbage can so that it doesn't make its way into the oceans, because all of our waterways are connected, so anything that you might be doing here in Monterey can affect the penguins worldwide. And the other thing you can do, if you love to shop, you might not know this, but you can actually vote with your money, with your dollar. So if you decide to shop or go to a restaurant that serves sustainable seafood, then you're telling those seafood vendors and that restaurant that you really want more of this. So you as a consumer can do that. And we have a great program called Seafood Watch at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We have pocket guides, we have apps, we have a great website, and you are more than welcome to check that out. But it helps you to make those great and wonderful sustainable seafood options and recommendations.
Now, how many of you all like seafood? It's okay to admit it. My hand's up too.
It's okay.
Yeah, so there's lots of people who like seafood, so maybe if we just try and make a few of those smarter choices, it can really help out these penguins. All right, any other penguin questions? More penguin questions?
Don't be shy.
I know. Has anybody ever wondered why penguins are black and white? Yeah? Okay, she says sure. She's like, whatever,
Sure.
keep talking.
Yeah,
sure. Penguins are black and white because?
Well, you know what?
They're
A
ready
couple
for
of
prom?
reasons. They are ready for prom. They are very fancy animals. But one of the reasons is because of this great adaptation that's called counter shading. So you might have seen counter shading on a great white shark, maybe an orca. And that just means that there are two different shades on this animal. So if you see the black back of the penguin, that's going to help that that penguin when it's swimming in the water. If it's diving down deep in the water and there's an animal looking at it from above, that black back is going to blend in with the depth of that water, that dark water, because there's no light penetrating that. And then if you switch that around and there's a predator looking at a penguin from the bottom up, that white belly is going to blend in with that sunlight that's hitting the surface of the water. So that's one of the reasons why they're black and white. And another reason is to help them cool off or to stay warm.
Yeah, like if any of you have ever worn like a dark shirt when it's really hot, kind of like today, well, hot for Monterey, that black shirt is going to absorb the sun's heat, as opposed to if you were wearing a lighter color shirt, which is going to reflect the sun's heat. So it's a way for them to keep warm or cold just by turning their black backs to the sun or turning away from the sun as well.
That's right.
All right, penguin questions? Okay, does anybody have just one more penguin question? Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you just throw all the fish in the water?
Sorry?
Why don't you just throw all the fish in the water?
Connor, this is a great question. So we've noticed that Kim and Monica have taken a few handfuls of fish and throw the fish in the water. Great time for the penguins. Why don't we do that for all of the fish? Why hand feed it all?
Oh, you know what? That's a really great question. A great observation, actually. One of the reasons why we hand feed our penguins is because that's part of the training as well. So when we offer them food, we will also acknowledge the fact that they received a fish. So we might say, for example, somebody got a fish, and it kind of helps everybody keep track of who's eating and whatnot. And it also helps in case we're doing something else, such as having them jump on a scale. They can recognize their name and be able to be rewarded with food. So it's a great way for us to have that enrichment and that training. And then the fun part, again, with the enrichment of throwing the food in the water and having them get a little bit more physical activity.
Yeah, because most of the time when we feed these penguins, it is by hand. But when we have so many fish to feed out, it's a little bit easier to just pick a handful up and throw it out. Before Kim and Monica went out, they said we had 7.5 pounds of food that these penguins are going to eat. 7.5. Oh, okay, it looks like we have one more penguin question.
Sure.
Okay, yes ma'am. Oh, so while we're watching these penguins swimming around, and you did talk about that they are